Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's been a while since I uploaded the last video. A lot of things came up recently and I'm trying my best to find time to work on cars and make these videos. It takes a lot more time than I expected to make car repair videos by myself. Anyway, here is my first DIY car repair video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Here, I have my friend's 2015 Honda Civic again. She backed into another car in the parking lot a little while ago. The passenger side taillight broke, and as we can see here, the turning signal stopped working after a rain. There's also some damage to the bumper here, and on the side. She's kind enough to trust the car with me, so I'm going to try to replace the broken taillight today and hopefully fix the bumper damage as best as I can. This is the first time I use tools from my Queen Master Technician toolset to fix cars. I thought I only need some screwdrivers, but I actually ended up using more tools than that, including a kettle. I put a list of tools that I used at the end of this video if that helps you guys. Here's the replacement taillight that I got from carparts.com. This generation Civic has an outer taillight, which is bigger, and an inner taillight, which is smaller. Make sure you get the correct one. Alright, let's get started. First thing first, let's pop the trunk. We can see that there are 3 clips that we need to take out in order to remove the covering to reach the taillight. We can use a screwdriver or a trim removal tool to remove these clips. Be careful though, these clips have 2 parts. Only pry on the upper cap when removing them. Otherwise, you risk damaging the clips and you might have to replace them. Let's remove these clips. With the clips removed, let's tuck away the covering. Now, we have 3 connectors that we need to disconnect. 1, 2, 3. Even though all the 3 connectors looks different on the Civic, so we're not likely gonna mix them up when putting them back together, it's still a good habit to take some pictures before pulling them apart just in case. Now, let's disconnect the connectors. We can see that all 3 connectors are different. Next, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 bolts that we need to remove to take out the taillight. These are 8mm bolts on the Civic. Let's do it. Safely store the bolts away in a magnet tray. With the bolts out of the way, we just tap on the taillight from the inside to remove the light. Be careful not to accidentally damage the wires and connectors. Out with the old, and in with the new. Before we bolt the light down, let's reconnect the 3 connectors to see if the light works properly. Simply push the connectors in until they're snug. Let's test it out. Yay, it works! Time to put the bolts back on. Then, put the covering back. And finally, put the clips back in. I think for these clips, you want to pull the ring down a bit, so the bottom of the clip is retracted. Then you can put the clip through the hole and press on the center piece. Because this one clip is not in great shape, it took me some effort to put it back on. To save time, I'm gonna skip this struggle. Alright, we have successfully replaced the taillight. Woohoo! Now, let's move on to the bumper and see what we can do to fix it. I'm thinking about removing the bumper so that we can push the dented part out from the inside. According to my research, to remove the bumper, you need to take out the 2 bolts here, 3 screws on each side, and several clips down below. So let's get to it. First, let's take off the 3 screws on each side. Simply use the Phillips head screwdriver to remove them. The lowest screw is giving me some trouble since the screwdriver is too long to fit in. I chose to use a Phillips socket to remove this screw. I guess a stubby screwdriver might also work, but I don't have one at hand because the Queen Master Technician 2 set didn't come with a stubby screwdriver. The Phillips head socket works just fine for me. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Next, let's take the clips off. These clips are the same thing. Use a screwdriver or a trim removal tool to pry on the centerpiece. After the centerpiece comes out halfway, we can start to wiggle the clip to remove it. The reason we're doing this is, again, when we pry on the centerpiece, the ring will move forward and restrain the front of the clip, so it can slide out of the hole without damaging the clip. Now, let's take out the rest of the clips. Finally, let's take off these 2 bolts. According to visual gauging and trial and error, these bolts use 5mm hex sockets. Safely store the bolts away. With all the bolts and clips taken off, we can detach the bumper now. I recommend using one of these plastic trim removers because they're less harmful to the paint. Just slowly pry and pull on the edge of the bumper. The bumper seems fairly sturdy and not easy to break, but still use some caution. We don't want to break any of these little hooks. Okay, this side is out. Let's move on to the other side. This side is out too. Now let's take off the bumper. It's not coming off completely. It looks like something is still connected down there. Aha! There is one more clip down there that I overlooked. Let's quickly take that off and safely store it away. Now, let's try again. Success! Let's put the bumper onto a clean surface so it doesn't get scratched. I think I'm just gonna try to push the dent out from the inside. It works! Ha! It's easier than I thought. For a clearer look, let's use some soapy water to clean up the scratches and paint residues from the collision. Hold on. There still seems to be some visible dent mark where the damage was. I mean, it probably looks okay from afar, but can I do better than that? I vaguely remember that heat treatment works well with restoring dent on ping pong balls. Maybe heat will also help bring the memory back for hard plastics like this. I don't have a heat gun at hand, so I'm gonna use the old-fashioned way of using a kettle of boiling water. Just pour the water on and around the dent to heat up the plastic. Now push the dented area out from the inside as hard as I can without breaking the bumper. Whoa, look at that! Wow, the result looks really good, doesn't it? I am really happy with this result. Not bad at all, right? I like it. Now let's put the bumper back on the car. Align the bumper and push in the clips on the side panel. This way, the bumper can hang onto the car on its own. Next, we put the two 5mm hex bolts back on. Tight it down, but not too tight in case we damage the thread. Then, put the screws on the side back on. Again, tighten them down, but not overly tight. The other side. Lastly, we put back the clips down below, like this. Make sure you put the clips through the hole first, before pushing in the centerpiece. And we're all done. Check out the before and after. I like it, I like it. The brake light and turn signal works like a charm too. This is definitely an easy job that any beginner can do at home. I attached 2 checklists for replacing the tail light and bumper in the description below. Feel free to use them as a guideline if you guys want or need to do this at home. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. If you have any good tips, ideas, and suggestions you want to share, please don't hesitate to leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. I see you next time